many of you are curious what is a doctor doing with a furniture business? Show of hands. One? Just one? Rest of you are okay. Right. Ma'am, I'll come to your query. I will address that and all of you have to hear it out. Right. So, as the need of the hour is ergonomics, I wish to know how many of you are aware about ergonomics, what it is, what purpose does it serve, and how it can be related to office workspace. Show of hands, how many of you are aware of ergonomics? Okay. And how many of you managed to implement ergonomic practices at your workplace? Very few. That's very few. Okay. Today, I will exactly tap that. And as HR professionals or any professionals you are working with a team, knowing just the previous panel showed how technology is grasping all aspects of our work. And technology means long sitting. Yes. And ergonomic principles are something which will help you to do it better. Okay. So what is ergonomics? Let me tap that portion. So it's a scientific discipline. It's concerned with the understanding of interactions among human and their workspace and the elements of the workspace. So human factor ergonomics is related with the health and safety aspect. Health and safety aspect, if it is in place, it will lead to performance and productivity. How many of you can function if you're hungry right now? Can you sit for prolonged hours? Can you focus? Your basic physiological need is not met. Will you perform? I'll give you the best technologies. I'll give you the best AIs. I'll give you the best furniture. I'll give you the best environment. But will you be able to be performing? So all these aspects, all these elements, as a human, you will get affected if they are not in place. This cycle has to be maintained. The ergonomic factors have to be considered. The safety and health has to be considered. And performance will be out there. Ergonomics is also a profession that applies these theory. We figure out these principles, we find out the data and the methods to optimize your workplace. And not only at office, even generically how to stand. When you're driving, have you realized now the car companies have come with something called bucket seat, and it's more comfortable and you feel more focused and less of strain and pain when you're going for longer drives. So that is one of the ergonomic principles that got applied there. Even at homes, if you have realized your refrigerators, now the freezer section has come at the bottom and the fridge section has come on the top. That is also ergonomic practice. Why? Because you don't go to the freezer section as frequently as you use the fridge section. So the bending has been prevented. Okay. So ergonomics is also in office, your other parts of areas, as simple as how to carry your backpack. Both shoulders, bilaterally, uniform weight distribution. Okay. Moving on, let's focus on ergonomics in office. So my question to you all is, how many of you have any kind of pain or strain right now? You've been sitting since 2 hours continuously. Low back pain, hands up for low back. How many fans of low back pain? Few. Mostly it's the popular one. Neck pain. Few. Upper back pain, shoulder, elbow, wrist. None of the above. I'm not getting even none of the above. It's not uniform even there. Okay, great. If you have no pain, good. Your fitness performance is on point. No problem there. For others who have some or little, or maybe you are thinking you might fall into this category of pain and strain, let me help you address this. So as an ergonomic consultant, I do conduct audits, and these are few of my colleagues who sit like this. As you can see in the first image, clustered workspace. Second, you have been given the chair, but you don't know how to sit. Or you're on the edge because that one team meeting or that crucial meeting with the boss, and you are literally on the edge of the seat. Then unsupported elbow joint, strained wrist, elbow, shoulder, all of the domino effect. The headrest is there, the chair with headrest is there, but the person is taller and it is not even matching his anatomy. My favorite, the right one, I call the corporate prawn. And the wrist, imagine this wrist for next 5-6 hours continuously if that person is working on a laptop. Like I said, my favorite analogy, the corporate prawn. Why is this happening? We are aware we have to sit properly. Right from school, right from our homes, the parents have been like, sit straight, sit properly. But why do we end up having this? Any idea? Any inputs? No, you don't pay attention. Long sitting hours. Okay, one is long sitting hours, that is not in our hand. How about attention? How does that work? So we don't pay attention. We are aware. There is awareness, but we don't pay attention. Okay. I'll quickly do a small demo, tapping these two aspects. Everyone knows about those stress balls that we have at work, and we squeeze if we are stressed or if we have nothing better to do. Fidget. So let's do that action. Do this couple of times. Now clench it tightly. Stay like this for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Tightly, as tight as you can. Release. Did you feel any pain? Did you feel any discomfort when you clenched your fist tightly? Yes, a minor discomfort, not major, like you don't have to go and get a Volini spray or something, but that minor discomfort. Imagine all of your muscles working, the entire body, the muscles of your back, your neck, your hand, your shoulder, your elbows, constantly contracting throughout the long working hours, and you are not paying attention to it. And after a point, it starts getting strained. What does this really result in? All of this results in our favorite nemesis, our favorite enemy, musculoskeletal disorders. Okay, so to the point, let me demonstrate one more thing. Just outstretch your hand, any one hand. Let's put it there. Keep it straight. Close your eyes to get a better insight of what is happening to your body if you leave it outstretched for a considerable amount of time, say 30 seconds. I'll do the countdown. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Anything is happening at this point? Any discomfort? Sorry?
Heartbeat.
The arm is paining already, some of them, and some of them are not. They are still good to go. Let me start the countdown from 10, 9, 8, 7. I'll pause here. Just flex your elbow. Bring it closer to your body. Did you find a difference? From an outstretched arm, this small change where an unsupported elbow got simple support by bringing it closer to your body. Imagine your muscles and your bones, everything undergoing this strain because of your, even if you sit with the right posture, even if your posture is right, after a point, the strain will come into picture. So the strain starts as simple as the simple sign, first sign is fatigue. You're tired. After long workouts, you're tired. If you're fit, you will not have any other symptoms. Like you just saw the difference. Someone was already in pain, someone was still good to go for more 10, 20 seconds. So first sign is being tired. If you ignore this, there will be discomfort. If you ignore that sign, then there will be pain. If you ignore that, then there will be an acute level of musculoskeletal disorders. And there is still a point of return from that. But if you ignore that, if you don't do anything about it, then there is point of no return, and we have chronic musculoskeletal disorders. Then only maintenance therapy, painkillers, physiotherapy will come into picture. So ergonomics is a very strong and powerful tool and very cost-effective tool to help you prevent before you reach that step. So how do we do that? We implement ergonomic elements, we implement ergonomic expertise at your workplace. But when we do that, we have to keep in mind one size will not fit all. Be it gender, be it age. As simple as I've seen in my practice when I started with Godrej, between a mesh and a cushion chair, a young person will be happy to have a mesh ergonomic chair. And an older person would prefer something with cushion. Now, you and I might relate to it to being a point of aesthetics, but no, cushion will provide that stronger counter support rather than a mesh chair, because the mesh chair will just compress as more and more the body weight falls. So you need to understand the requirements and provide these ergonomic elements. When you implement these principles, make sure it is suiting the task profile, it is suiting the person for whom you are implementing these principles. Other things you have to consider is the dimension. The dimensions of the users who are part of your team. Then you have to understand the task profile. So someone with hardly any sitting time has the best ergonomic desk and chair, it's waste of money. And someone who has constant desk requirement and space for documentation and everything and has a closed square cubicle, again, it's not matching the task profile. Another is integration of workspace design. So we already have furniture. We have to follow the international, national guidelines of standard height and other dimensions. If you say, oh, I need this table for my office because it matches the aesthetics, but if it is a huge table in a small office, you're creating a chaos out there. And not last but not the least, user training. After providing the best environment, the user should be aware. How? This is exactly when you start off implementing ergonomics. If you're sitting straight, this is how you feel actually, because you're like, oh, okay. But if you maintain this, it will help you in the long run. And if you're sitting the wrong way, sometimes it is so comfortable that you end up feeling you're sitting correctly. How many of you can relate with this? Yeah, even at homes, we are like melting in our sofa sets while watching TV and watching a long binge watch on OTTs. So unawareness is the aspect. So if you don't know, like right now you came to know how your muscles and the bones get affected even with slight 30 seconds of strain. So if you provide this awareness to your team, imagine the results and the rewards they will reap with when it comes to the health. And in turn, it will help in productivity and helping your companies gain their targets. Moving on, so answering your question, ma'am, why a doctor is related and associated with a furniture company. So when Godrej, almost a couple of decades ago, realized they are providing the best furniture, but the struggle is real when the clients come back, my back is still aching, your chair is not helping. That's when Wellness at Work initiative came into picture, and they assigned an expert who goes and manages these. So we have a 3-step program: assessment, correction, prevention. In assessment, workplace audits are conducted where these blind spots, these gaps are identified, a report is generated. Based on that, training is provided, these correction trainings, where what is MSD, how it affects you, what you should do, to the point like what chairs do you have, how do you, need not be Godrej chair. As a healthcare professional, I'm absolutely not biased to this. It will be completely ergonomic part of perspective and healthcare perspective. User training will be conducted. They can be modified according to your requirements. So hands-on furniture, workstation integration, how to use it, how to balance those elements, how to do the side stretches. Because like I said, even the correct posture after 30 minutes is bad for you. You have to keep moving. And prevention. So we conduct wellness, we conduct research, we have wellness tips which pop once a week despite undergoing training. So training, you can have it as a part of induction process itself. You are informing your team how to sit correctly, how to take care of themselves, or you can do annual refresher sessions. Once a year at least, you can invest in training. But despite all this training, people tend to forget, they might not remember all the aspects. So wellness tips is something we have initiated. Once a week, an ergonomic fact will be shared with you: what has to be done, what can be done, what you should prevent, what you should do, what should not do. And research papers, if you subscribe with us, you will get research papers. What is happening, hybrid models, how they are suffering ergonomically, what can be done for them, what to be done for my sales team who is not even in the office, but they are on the go, what can be done for them. So this research are conducted and you can access it once you subscribe. And these wellness tips can also be co-branded. Your employees will feel associated. My organization is doing something for me. The clients, if you have any, you can forward these tips. Spread the wellness, ergonomic wellness requirement. We are associated with organizations nationally and internationally. Recently, we collaborated with JSW for industrial ergonomics, not even office. We associated with hospitals for nurses training. So wherever there is task, wherever there is occupation, there is a right way of doing it, there is an ergonomic way of doing it. And we have partnered with a lot of organizations. And if any of this has interested you, please get in touch with me. We have a booth right outside. Thank you so much for your time.